Hi friends, and welcome to Taci Studio, where I share all my craft and fiber art adventures with you. I am Taci, and I have lived here in the Pacific Northwest in Portland, Oregon for 36 years with my family and our dog Mel. And my hope is that if you like knitting, crocheting, and other crafts as much as I do, that you're gonna stay here with me so I can share that and share my craft adventures with you. Hi friends, and welcome back. If you have been here before, welcome. If you are new, today we're gonna have a long episode. I am going to be talking to you today about what I brought on my bag and what I bought while we were in Europe. We went to Paris and we went to Florence and Rome. This has been a trip that my husband and I have been planning for a very long time, at least since I remember, since we met, and that's been about 35 years. This time we decided to go to Paris, which has been on my bucket list since I was a teenager. And then we went to Italy, which has been on my husband's bucket list for a very long time also. And we had so much fun. In the end of this video, I will put some footage and some pictures just so you can see if you are interested on seeing that. But for today, I'm going to talk to you about some finished objects that I had before I traveled. I'm going to talk to you what I brought on my bag while I was there, my visit to a really cute shop in Paris called Lil Weasel, and what I bought there, and then my plans and what are on my knitting needles right now. So this is going to be a long video, and I hope that you bear with me, that you have a warm beverage with you, and that we can go on this adventure together. So to start, I'm going to talk about my finished object and something that I started but put on pause before we left because I had to take a lot of yarn. My husband and I, we decided we were going to travel only with carry-on suitcase and a backpack, and we succeeded. Although we saw so many things that reminded us of our kids and that we wanted to buy for the kids, so we ended up buying an extra luggage to bring some things with us because we already left without any space. Because of the limited space we had, I had to choose what I was going to take with me very carefully. So the first thing I want to talk to you today is my finished object, which was I made the My Jose hood for myself, and I was thinking that I was going to take it with me. But I have to be honest that at the last minute, I decided not to take, because looking at the weather there, it looked like it was not going to be very cold, and it was a little bit bulkier. So I decided not to take with me, and I'm happy I did, because this is going to be a fabulous project to have here in the winter and probably end of fall and winter. But it was not something that I was going to wear while I was there. So I'm happy that I did not take with me. But my first project was what I finished, which was the My Jose hood. And I have to say, I'm going to try to put it on so you can have an idea of how it looks like, even though I will put a picture also so you can see the picture that the designer has. But this is going to be a fabulous, fabulous hood. I know that last year this was very much on trend, And I think that this year is also going to be great. You can wear it without the hood itself, and it's pretty, a nice cowl with, and it's super warm. And so I am really happy with this project. I might even make another one. This, my Jose hood, is by Norgard Knitter, and it is a one size project. I made mine using a size US 8 5mm needle, and I used the seamless garn double Sunday in the color camel, which is color 2592. I started this project on August 29th of 2025. Then I stopped for a little bit, and I started again on September 2nd, and I finished it on September 30th. So all in all, I think that it took me about a month to make this project. And I will show you my journal, which you all know that I do a journal if you have been here before. And this is the yarn that I used. This hood is knitted. The construction is you knit a square first, then you pick up stitches around the square, and then you start increasing, and you end up with this over in this end over here, and then you do a I-cord edge around this whole edge, and you actually start the I-cord and then pick up and do a I-cord bind off on the edge and finish with an I-cord on the other side, and you also do an I-cord bind off on the around the face where the hood is going, the part of the hood that is going to be around your face. So all in all, I am absolutely delighted with this project. I would actually make another one, and I am super happy with it. So I was sad because I worked really, really hard to try to finish it to take with me, but I'm actually also happy that I didn't, because it would have been something that I took with me that I was not going to be able to wear while I was there. So this is what I finished before I left on my trip. Before I left, I was also working on a I am doing a test knit. If you have been here before, you know that I am absolutely in love with every single pattern that Beth McDonald Stone's design. And I have test knitted for her before, and once she has a new test knit, it's very hard for me to resist. So I started another test knit for her before I left. And I knew that I was going to have to take a break because the yarn is very fluffy, the yarn that I chose, and because it requires many balls of yarn, and I didn't have that space, so I wanted to bring small projects. So I told Beth about that, and she is so very understanding. She is a delight to work with, and she said that it was okay. So since I came back, I've been trying to work on it diligently, and this is the Miamba sweater. It's going to be released. It's not a secret, so I can share with you all. And this is she's going to have two versions where you can choose to make this as a you can choose to make this as a sweater or as a vest. And I think I'm going to make mine as a vest because I don't think I'll have enough time to finish this and do another project that I really want to work on and have it finished before Sacred Sheep, which is a festival here in Portland, Oregon, and it's going to be on November 15th this year. I will give you a little bit more information when I talk about that project. I am making this test knit using Lemon Kid Big Birdie, and I have two colors. One of them is the Miel, which is the main color, and I decided to put some stripes on mine that is not on the pattern. The pattern she has made with one solid color, and most people, I think, tested with one solid color. I have been craving to have some stripes lately, and I decided to put some very thin nice stripes on mine. And this is the second color that I'm using for the stripes from the same Lemon Kid Big Birdie. And I do not have the ball band with me, so I will write down the color here, but I believe that is either natural or I will write the color down here for you. And so this is my test knit for Beth. I am right now, it's a bottom up sweater, and I will give you all the details about it when I finish the test knit and the sweater is published, which is going to be in the beginning of November, I believe. But as always, everything that Beth does, it was a very quick knit. It's super fun to knit, and I am delighted that I decided to test knit this one for her again. My next work in progress is something that I also was working on while before we went on our trip. And then after this one, I promise I'm going to talk about what I brought on my luggage with me, on my bag with me, and what I bought there while I was in Paris. So this is the last one that I was working on also before I left. I had thought about only having 2 or 3 projects on my needles at a time. A hat or a pair of socks, and then a bigger project. However, because I started 2 new projects while I was traveling, this time I have a little bit more. And this one I was working on my test knit for Beth, and on this hat, which I bought when I went to Fiber Flock Festival in Seattle. This hat is the Element hat by AOP Designs, and I am making the hat with Ikigai fiber. The hat is one size, and I'm using a US 8 and US 9 with the yarn. I started on September 11, and I stopped when we left to go on our trip, and I have not picked up when I came back because I'm trying to finish my test knit right now. But I am having a lot of fun. Can you see the yarn is actually the Ikigai fiber, and I believe it is I have the yarn ball here, and I will show you and let you know. This one, I think, this here is the Chibi Paca Chunky, and it is the fiber content is 75 superwash merino and 25% baby alpaca. So pretty much I'm knitting with a cloud. And the color is French vanilla. Super, super fun and super, super soft. And you hold it together with this one, which is the Ikigai Tama, which is 70% nylon and 30% polyester. And you hold these two together to make this fiber here. You work with this, and I think I'm going to fold this down, and then after that you continue the hat. This is just going to be on the edge of the hat. It is super cute, and I'll put a picture here so you can see the hat when it's ready. And I loved that booth. I loved their yarn, and I just could not leave without having that. And I was hoping to make one of those for my daughter for Christmas. As you all know, if you have been here before, I try to make a hat for each one of my kids, my husband, and my grandson for Christmas. I either make a hat or a pair of socks. I am so sorry, but I think I need to fix my blinds because the sun is shining really bright here, and I didn't want to be on our face, on my face. And I am holding this project on a really cute bag that they gave to you when you bought this was a kit, and they gave me this bag with the kit when I bought the kit from them. And I thought it's really cute bag because you can just put your project there, and that's the one that I've been using. The next project, it is, of course, as I promised, a project that I brought with me to our trip to France, Paris, France, and to Italy. We went to Florence and Rome. I wanted to bring two smaller projects that I could carry on my backpack, and that when we were sightseeing or doing whatever we were doing, that I could have at least one of the projects with me. And I think that was one of the best decisions I made because it worked amazingly for me. And I only had to bring one ball of yarn for the first project and two balls of the yarn for the second project. But in retrospect, because we did so many things while we were there, I think that if I had brought just one project, I could have finished that one. But it's okay. I always want to be safe and make sure that I'm not going to be without yarn with me. And I think you understand that. To be completely honest with you, I did not have as much time to knit as I thought I was going to have. We were so busy, we had so many things we wanted to see, and by the end of the day, I think because of the time change also, since they are 9 hours ahead of us, I was so tired that I could not. But I managed to knit a little bit, and I was very happy with the project that I brought, which is the first one that I'm going to tell you, which was the two-tone twist by my great friend Leslie Friend. This is a one size cowl that I decided to knit with the magpie fiber, the Making Matters Swanky DK. This yarn is 80% Southwest Merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And I think that it is really, really super soft. The color that I'm making mine with is the Flock, Lock, and Drop It, which I bought it also at the this year's Flock and Fiber Festival in Seattle, and here it is in all its glory. I absolutely love this color. It was a super easy pattern to take on a trip. I am making it with the size 8 needle, which is the recommended needle, and you knit the cowl open, and I think that later you're going to put it together and twist. You're supposed to do it in 2 different colors, 2 tones, but I'm gonna try to use as much as I can of this yarn first because I absolutely love this color. And then I think that if I need a little bit more, which I have this much left still to go. If I need a little bit more, I will use probably a dark chocolate brown like I have on this scarf that I'm wearing, because I think it would be a really good contrasting color. I might not have as much contrast to have the two-tone that it was intended for the pattern, but I am really, really happy with this yarn, and I was even thinking that I was going to make it just one color. But I think that if I use a little bit of a contrasting color, it will give also a little bit of interest to it. So I am super, super happy with it, and I was super happy as a traveling project that I brought. It was only one ball of yarn for me. I could have brought 2 if I wanted to make it in 2 different colors. And of course, I love all of Leslie's patterns. I love her style, the colors that she chooses. So I am super happy with it. And it was a nice project to work with in the airplane a little bit also. So the next thing that is on my needles is something that is making me so happy and that I worked on while I was in Paris and in Italy. We went, as I said, to Florence and Rome. And I did not work very much on this, but still, the little bit that I did made me so happy, and I'm so excited to be able to finish this. And this is the Old Salt Socks by Ashley Adams from Designed by So and So. And this is part of a cowl that Ashley and Casey from Young Folk Knits are doing, and I believe it's called Fish Girl Mao because it's a make along, and you can make several different crafts, or sewing or knitting, crocheting, whatever you prefer, and you can participate on the make along. And I will put a link and also write down here for you to see what they're doing. And I think it doesn't I think it goes until the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm making this for myself. I started it on September 30th before I left, and I am making this with the I'm using Dream Spun, and I will show you the yarns that I am using on my journal. And I'm using the Tailborn Woolens Camper that is on the color Navy Heather, so it would be this blue here, and that was on my friend's stash, and she actually gave it to me. The main color is Dream Spun Natural Fiber Producers, and the colorway is Latte. And the green, which you don't see very much yet, but it's just the very little bit of the contrasting color, is Mickey and Mary. And it is in the colorway, let's see if I can, Fernwood. And that's 70%, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. The main color is 40% wool, 25% suri alpaca, 25% nylon, and 10% silk. And the camper is 100% wool. So I think that it will be good, and I am so excited to be able to keep going with this. And that was the second project that I brought with me on our trip. And it was perfect, except that I have to say, if I would do it again, I probably, if we're going on a trip that we know we're doing so much sightseeing, I probably would not bring probably bring one project. And since I'm talking about my trip, I'm going to jump into acquisitions, because then this is something I bought there and that I promised you in the beginning that I was going to show you what I got and which yarn I got while I was in Paris. While in Paris, I was recommended by a few people, including Ashley by Design by So and So, to go visit Lil Weasel. And it was amazing. The shop, and I will put some pictures while I'm talking here so you can see some footage from the shop, it has lots of fabric and sewing, and they also have lots of embroidery, and for each one they have a different part of they have basically 3 shops, because for each one of those things that they sell, it's in a separate shop. And the first one is more embroidery and cross stitch, and the second one is fabrics, and the third one is my paradise, which was the yarns. I don't have the other project here to show you one of the one, but I will post pictures. I bought 2 really cute stitch markers. One is the Eiffel Tower, and the other one is a bottle of French wine, which I believe when I looked at the date, that it was the date of my birthday, 1962. And I was so excited when I got back to the hotel, and I noticed that, because I had not noticed when I bought it. I just asked one of the people working there, one of the ladies working there, if she could show me and give me something that represented more France, and she gave me that. She told me to get that stitch marker. And the other thing that they gave to me was this cute little bag. They gave me the bag, and it is really, really cute. I was going to buy one, but she told me that it was a gift for me, and I was so happy, and they were so friendly and nice. So what I decided to buy was, I have always wanted to buy Cardiff cashmere, and it has always been a lot more expensive here in the US, and when I got there, it was a very, very reasonable price. So I bought 2 of this, 2 balls of this color, which is color 308, and I want to make a small scarf for my husband for this winter, because he has been wanting one for a long time. And then I bought of course, my neutral colors, I bought this color here to make a small scarf for myself. I am not 100, the color on this one, by the way, is 509, and I also bought 2 skeins, which will be plenty to make a scarf. The scarf I want to make for myself, the person that helped me, and I took a picture with her, she was the cutest, and she was wearing the scarf number 4 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I thought it was really cute. It was actually the same color I had already decided and chosen to buy for myself, and I think I am still intending to buy that, to make that one for myself. The other thing that I bought, and that was it. I did not have very much space. As I said, my husband and I, we decided to go and only take the carry-on suitcases and our backpack, so I didn't have very much space. So the last thing I wanted to buy was, I bought their yarn, which they actually dye at the shop, and I bought the Lil Weasel, and it's called Not So Little Malaya. That's and I think it's the Vichy color. I am not 100% sure because it's written in the back, and it has 212 meters for 100 grams, and is 60% merino superwash, 20% silk, and 20% yak. And this is so soft, and I can't wait. I think I want to make a hat for myself, and I'm not 100% sure on the pattern yet, but I want something simple that can show the yarn, and I love this color. So that's it, my friends. That's all that I bought while I was in Paris. I really did not and couldn't find a knitting store that was close to where we were staying, either in Florence or in Rome. But I'm sure next time I go to Italy, which there will be a next time, I hope, I will be trying to see if I can find another yarn shop. The last thing that I wanted to talk with you today is about another thing that is on my needles, and that is the Ovis sweater, and I will put a picture here so you can see, by Boyland Knitwear, and I am making this one, and I'm about to finish the test knit, I hope this weekend, and then I'm going to start this so I can wear for Sacred Sheep here in Portland, Oregon, which is going to be on November 15th this year. I think I'm going to make mine. In fact, I only bought yarn to make mine as a vest because I really love the sheep, and I think that it would be really cute to have it as a vest. And I'm a little obsessed with slipovers and vests this year. I did not have very many of them, but I will show you more progress on my next video, and I really hope that I can finish before the festival so I can wear it to go this year. I think that's it, friends. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoy seeing a little bit of my trip. I'm going to post some pictures next so you can see part of what we did, and see some pictures and videos from the shop that I went. And I hope that you're doing well, that you're enjoying, that you have a great weekend and enjoying what you do. Until I see you next time, I hope that you stay healthy. I hope that you're knitting, crocheting, sewing, crafting, and doing what makes you happy. If you like this kind of videos, if you enjoyed what you saw, I wanted to ask you today if you could subscribe or even share this video so it can help me promote my channel a little bit more, so I can keep bringing these videos and this content to you. I really enjoy being here with you, and I hope you feel the same. Until I see you again, ciao!